Okay guys, welcome back. So it's a new day today. So today I'll be talking about the tension of a string. So it's a new topic on mechanics, and also guys who are studying math as well, it will be a new topic to you. So tension of a string. So before explaining what is tension of a string, I will explain to you how the tension occurs. Alright, let's see it. Let's take, I will say there's a ceiling or something like this here. Ceiling or something like this here. Right? Now this is the colored line show that it is grounded, that is connected to the earth. So I will draw a string here, I will hang a string actually. Like this, and now this string is just hanging like this, so I will say that this string is massless and it is unstretchable. And now I'll put some force F, I'll just drag this down. So what will happen? I'll put some force F here, and if I put that force F, if the maximum tension that the string can hold is greater than F, there will be some tension so that the string will not break apart from this point, and there will be some tension that is building up on this string. So I'll mark that. So if the string doesn't break apart, T is equal to F. So that's simple. Alright. So now what happens? So that's actually the tension of the string. That is what happens when you put some force F either in the horizontal direction or in the vertical direction. The string will have some force that is building up in the string. Now this F is a force that is provided externally to the string. T is the force that is providing internally to the string. So you know from the Newton's third law, now F and T cannot be on the same object. So if I drag this object, F will be acting on the string, but F will be an external force to the string. F will be an internal force to my hand. So F is an internal force to my hand and external force to the string, and T is an internal force to the string. And if this is T, because this was initially not, there was no tension, for this to happen, this cannot happen if the tension is building up, the tension here is also in the upward direction. So to cancel out the total force that is building up against the string, what will happen is that the ceiling of some object that is in which the string is kept hanging on will keep this, will exert a force that is equal and opposite to T. Otherwise, because if this was on the equilibrium, or if this was stationary first, and if I put a force F and I build it, I break the stationary and make this have some velocity v, this can't normally happen. So what actually happens is, this can accelerate in this direction, this can accelerate in this direction. There's some force that is building up opposing this tension that was not there before. So the tension distribution will be like this. So this force is an external force, internal force to string, and this force is an external force to string. And this force will be equal to the force that is exerted on the ceiling. So this is a scenario of internal and external forces. F is an external force to the string, it is an internal force to me. This T is an internal force to the string and an external force to me. Internal force to the string. This T will be an external force to the string because it was applied to this. This T will be an internal force to this one because the string applies the same tension on the ceiling. Alright. So that's simple. T equals F. So it's the same if I draw some object like this. If I have some plane like this, and I have an object like this, simple like this. So this is frictionless. We don't need to maintain friction here. There's some force F here. If I put some force F here by putting a string, if this plane is frictionless, the object will move in this direction, and since I put force F, there will be a tension force that is building up inside this string. Alright, there will be some distribution force. So F is actually equal to T, so F equals T, so this is the distribution. So normally we don't take into consideration the internal force that are taking place inside objects. So the actual free body diagram, or you may have already heard by now about the free body diagrams, or the actual free body diagram for such a scenario is like this. We draw only the external forces. T, right? Or draw only external forces. Alright, so that is the tension of a string. Now what happens if this string, if now I put force F here, by dragging this string downwards, Now what happens if I put this force F by another medium? So without dragging this force F, if I can put a force on this string, the same tension will occur if F is equal to that force. So simply what I can do is I can hang an object. So if I hang an object, it will be sometimes like, it will be like this. The string will be like this, the object will be like this. Now the object is in the Earth's gravitation, or Earth's or Moon's or Mars or any planet's gravitation. So there will be gravitation on this object. So the effect of gravitation will make this object have a weight on this object. Now this object has mass. I'll take the mass as m and the gravitational acceleration g on the Earth. So the weight will be mg. So it will be acting towards the Earth, mg. And the tension is upwards. And if this system is not accelerating, again T is equal to mg. So what I actually did was, without putting a force F by myself, I just find mass here. So mass will provide a certain force. If mg is equal to F, T is equal to F is equal to mg, so T is equal to mg. Alright, so that's simple. So that's the mass of the string. Now, for most of the cases, we don't actually provide the force like this. Now say, if you have a well like this, if you have some well or some reservoir or something, you need to drag water from here. If the height of the well or something like that is 10 meters, now what you do is actually you don't put the bucket or something like that to there and you drag it up yourself. What you do is have some water level up like this, right? So this is the water level. So you put the bucket here, you connect the one end of the string to the bucket, and this is the force F that I am going to put, right? This is the force F I am going to put, but this is actually very tiresome and it is very difficult because the total, if we when say the initial position of the bucket was like this and the final position was like this, so if this is say 30 meters, this is 30 meters, I have, so this weight of this bucket is mg, the total potential energy of this bucket is mgh. So the total work done is Fd equals mgh. So Ft is equal to mgh, so the total force needs to be done by me. So what actually we do normally is that we don't put the force like this, we put the rope over a pulley. So what happens is that I will connect the pulley like this. Connect the pulley like this. I will put the force here. So this is the bucket. This is body, so mg, this is tension T. So we put this, I will put a force of F here. Right? So this is mg, this is T, I will put a force of F here. So F is equal to T because this is the same string. Right? If there is no rotation of the pulley here, there is no change of the force that is being applied here. So the total force applied by me is equal to the tension of the string. The tension of the string is equal to the weight of the bucket or the weight of the object. So F is equal to T, T is equal to mg, so F equals T equals mg. Alright. So what happens here is very similar to the practical situation in which we put the bucket down and then drag this up. So that's very simple. So in this video I talked about how the tension of the string can be defined by simply taking a string and then providing some force F. So it's regardless whether it's in the horizontal direction, vertical direction, or it can be sometimes angle as well. If it has some force in this side, this can be in equilibrium and some angle in it as well. So this can be horizontal, this can be vertical, this can be at an angle. So the tension of the string, and then I explain how a tension of the string is building up if an object is connected to it, the mass of the object will be equal to the tension if there is no acceleration of the system. And then I explained why why the pulleys are needed and what is the use of the pulleys in making the tension and how it is easy for us. Alright, so actually the uses of the pulley systems are not limited to that. The uses of the pulley systems will be actually talked in another video. So in the next video I will talk about, now in this video actually I talked about the force that is provided by me only when only one mass is connected. Now what will happen if two masses are connected, now both masses are connected on the both sides. So there are two masses without putting forces like in the first instance. Now in the first instance I replace the force with some object here is mass mg, and here also what I will do in the next video and the videos onwards is that I will change this force and I will put that force by some object. The force, the weight of the object will provide the force necessary to keep these strings like this. So if you have a string like this, now what will happen is that this object will accelerate because this system is going to go down, this system is going to go up. So because this is the same string, so this object will have some acceleration. So you can find that easily from Newton's laws by putting F equals ma, and if you need the distance travel you can find it through the linear equations of motion or by equating the conservation of energy. So those will be talked in the next videos. So thanks for watching this video and see you then.